Welcome back, viewers. You're still watching The Press, and we're reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We've now been joined by our guest, Engineer Toba Owojaiye, who's a public affairs analyst. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you. And this cap, you look
unusual. For the first time, I'm wearing the cap.
You definitely look like one of our northern brothers.
Yeah, Sandaki.
All right, you're welcome. I wish you could speak it anyway.
I can't.
Viewers, our phone lines are now open for you to call in and join the conversation this morning as we progress. All right, so I'm not going to call it the most important thing, but let me just say the biting issue this morning. I'm sure you noticed a few queues have returned.
Yes.
And there's been lots of conversations here and there. In fact, getting to your workplace or whatever destination you're headed is now a tug of war. Because especially the weather to contribute to that, you're probably queuing up at the filling station and it's raining. You can't even predict what the weather is going to say. So it's not like those times when everywhere was dry, where you can even go as early as 3 a.m. to the filling station. Some people even tell you they slept there, queuing up to get fuel. But now, the cold is something else. You might even catch a flu, waiting out there. And there's been lots of conversations around why are we experiencing few queues. The president promised us a smooth sail when it comes to petrol flow. But we heard from NNPCL stating that part of the challenges is because they cannot easily, the roads are bad, they're flooded, and they call it ship to shore difficulties that is making it difficult for them to have access to, transporting this fuel. It's available as a means of transportation. Now, if they are holding on to means of transportation as a challenge, should we still be thinking road transport at this stage that we are?
Yeah, these are plenty structural problems. We were carrying crude fuel by rail in the 70s and 80s, early 80s, and the rail was completely destroyed and finished. And now we're trying to get back on rail. And for now, we still just have light rail. We don't have heavy rail that can carry cargo and fuel. So this is the way we must go, but there are plenty other pressing needs. It's like a family earning 20,000 or 30,000 and the bills on the family is 300,000. So you're trying to solve this, you're trying to solve this, you're trying to solve that. I will not put it past the coming in of Dangote into the fuel business to be part of what is fueling this scarcity, and you don't know what price is going to come in. So people who have fuel are trying to keep their fuel. Especially
knowing that it's supposed to start functioning this month of July.
Yes, this month.
To start disposing this month.
Yes, this month, in a few days' time. That's what's on ground. So this was expected. Why NNPC didn't expect this is what is beyond me. NNPC should have expected apprehension. They should have expected marketers to hold on to their fuel, waiting to see what price Dangote's fuel will come up to. Yes, there's flooding. Yes, it's not easy to get your fuel out. These are the issues we need to solve. This morning, the fuel queues has begun to reduce a bit, but it's still many filling stations that didn't open yesterday are now open this morning. They need to give some confidence to the people selling. You see, when you buy fuel for, let's say, 500 million in your station, and you're afraid that the price will go to 700 million by just one announcement, where are you going to get the 200 million to buy fuel to sell next time? So this is why they prefer to hoard their fuel. They have this fuel, I know it's not going to be cheaper than what I'm selling for most times, but if they can know that Dangote can come cheaper than them, then they'll be forced to sell. We need to also play on this speculation game. Dangote is going to sell for 400, they will sell all their fuel. Those people holding the fuel, they will sell it off immediately. Speculation is part of this game. We have to play it also.
So you do not see a situation where it's actually the transportation challenge in any way. And of course, Ipman also faults NNPC's monopoly and high export charges as a reason why there's scarcity. Yes,
but these charges didn't happen last week. There's nothing new about what they're telling us.
It's just as if it's happening because it's July.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing new that's happening, either the flooding or the moving things from container, from ship to tanker to shore. None of these things didn't happen last week or last month. So you have to look at the new variable. Those are factors, yes, I agree. But you must see the new variable. We are having a Nigerian indigenous player coming into the fuel industry. He cried out weeks ago that they are trying to stifle him.
Yes.
So all of this is expected. But for me, I would speak to Dangote. Dangote help Nigeria sell this fuel at 400. Start at 400 and let's see where we go. You won't get broke.
How much did he get the crude to
I
sell
don't
for
know,
400?
but
How
I know
much will he
he's big
refine?
enough to do
Let's
that.
quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the press.
morning,
Tell us
sir.
your name and where you're calling from.
Rainy from Abuja.
All right, Mr. Raimi, join the conversation. If you could be a bit more audible so our viewers can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, engineer.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nigeria. Before I delve into the question on the table, I think it's worth appreciating your colleague Zainab that gave us the real figure in the field
Yes.
of that is what we call investigative journalism. Nothing is hidden there. Everything is open. Now, relating that to what is happening to oil generally, I don't want to limit it to fuel. You see, the biggest problem we have, or let me say one of the biggest problem we have, is our inability and lack of political will to deal with offenders. There are so many people, both citizens and people in government, that are doing wrong things every day by day, and nobody is punishing them.
Okay.
We have an agency that's supposed to be controlling price, right? And
Yes.
we pay them with our money. Budget is made for them. Then what happened? Are they doing their job? Who is punishing them? Nobody. Now, the idea of I have an old goose at the price of 5 naira, and before I finish the goose, the price has been changed to 10 naira, and I want to force the buyer to buy at the rate of 10 naira or even 15 naira so that I'll be able to buy the new goose. That is, to me, a fraudulent activity.
Absolutely.
It is fraudulent because if I sell to you like that, by the time I bought that of 15 naira and eventually the price dropped to 2 naira, will you sell for me at 2 naira? You will not. So somebody should take the responsibility to punish who is doing wrong. And if the people that are supposed to do their job are not doing it, somebody who happens to be the one we elect, they should also punish. If there is no job for these people to control the price, they should be sacked. All of them should be sacked. That agency should be removed.
All right.
It should not be existing.
All right.
And I want to quickly come hard on the media this morning.
Okay.
Please, when the election is coming close,
Okay.
you people should stop welcoming liars in your studios.
Well, thank you.
Somebody you clearly know that this person is
Well, your
doing
choice of
wrong.
words,
You come
so
and
you
keep
have to
lying
be
in the
watchful
studio,
of
and
your
you
choice of
accept
words.
him or her to keep talking to us. At the end of the day, deceiving the voters.
All right.
Please, thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. However, media does not admit liars. We bring in people and have you scrutinize them. If they do not speak, how do you even get to know them? Just as you're calling in this morning, you get to call in and express your opinion about people and what you think they say. You can also fact check whatever it is that they get to tell you. So that's why you get to know who is who, but it is important that you get to hear from them so you get to know them. So tagging it as media accepting liars, no, I do not think that's totally correct. All right, now back to the conversation.
Yes.
He expressed something. He said inability and lack of political will to deal with offenders.
Yes.
Though I know we used to have the PPPRA that is supposed to be regulating prices of fuel, but that was disbursed because they had to ensure that they said price was going to be fluctuating and it was going to be based on the oil marketers because subsidy is already gone. So that's another conversation that we need to look at. But before then, let's quickly take this call from Chief Farrell. Hello, good morning, Chief Farrell.
Hello, good morning.
Good
You're
morning,
welcome
sir.
to the press.
How was your night?
It was great, thank you.
Hi, Alhassan.
Great, thank you, sir.
Yeah, my name is Chief Arem.
Absolutely.
Let's quickly talk about what is happening in Rivers.
Okay.
You see, it looks as if Bola Tinubu is taking everything for granted.
Yes.
If we see we are all students of history. What happened between Wike and Amici, which eventually affected Jonathan at his second whatever it is for him to win election. You see what is happening in Rivers can make it uncomfortable for Bola Tinubu. And Bola Tinubu, I expected Bola Tinubu should have called Wike to order for a ceasefire. But the way things are going in Rivers, I am telling you, Olamide, it looks as if we are dancing on razor edge. And the every Bola Tinubu tackle is the better for him and the better for Nigeria. That is why I say he should call Wike to order.
All right.
Wike may be doing well in Federal Capital Territory, but that one does not guarantee all what he's doing. Today we have seen that even all the elders in Rivers are behind Fubara. So we should look at it very, very, very well. And let's quickly go to importation of food.
Okay.
I asked a pertinent question. Does Nigeria even have money to even import food?
For the next 5 months for free.
If you are borrowing money from somebody and the person knows that you are very reckless in spending, do you think that he will actually have interest to give you money? Look at how our leaders, the House of Assembly, and even let me even go to the presidency. If you are hungry today, can you build a house without feeding your stomach first? Bola Tinubu is talking about Lagos, Calabar, whatever it is. The best thing for Bola Tinubu to do now is farm settlement, to see how people will eat, rather than all
this taking some sort of misplaced priority.
They are using billions of naira to build the house for vice president. Was the vice president was he not having a residence before now? So by the time you look at his policy, Nigerians are hungry and they are angry. And by the time he doesn't take care of it, what happened? God forbid battle. What happened in Kenya? They equally happen in Nigeria if care is not taken. An angry man is an angry man. God bless our country, Nigeria.
God bless you, Chief Farrell. Thank you so much for your contribution. Before we leave the issue of petrol, you know, I asked a question earlier talking about what happens now, because it's now in the hands of the oil marketers to decide the price based on landing costs. And that's why you find a different price in Lagos, a different price in Abuja, and different price in other states in the core north and the likes. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, it's a good way to go. See, we have to solve these issues. Government has no business doing business. We must hold this. But there are points in which the government will intervene. The points in which the government will regulate. The government will fix policies. Those are the things the government should do. But we are not in. It's not a perfect situation. You can't take it 100% right now, because there are one or two things the government still has to put its foot down on. But by and large, this is where we want to get to, where the price of crude, anybody can import crude into Nigeria, anybody can refine fuel in Nigeria, anybody can sell fuel at his own price. This is where we want to go. The Dangote refinery brings his own fuel, Boa refinery brings his own fuel, Warri refinery brings his own fuel, everybody brings his own fuel. Any filling station can buy from any. See, there was a time in which filling stations used to clean people's windshield. Can you remember?
Yes.
You drive into a filling station, they call you, they clean. That's when you have competition. Right now, no filling station is going to even clean your windshield. But once you make
they probably won't lock your, they won't even lock your fuel.
They won't even look at you. They can afford to be rude to you.
Even close your fuel tank.
That's what I'm saying. They can afford to be rude to you right now. But when this fuel is enough, when everybody has it from different sources at different prices, you would see filling stations come back to clean your windshield. You will see them offer you a free car wash drive through. I am telling you. But it won't happen like that immediately. We are on the right path. This is why I keep saying it. We are painfully on the right path. Are we in pain? Yes. Are we on the right path? Yes. Let Dangote get in. They will ruffle him a bit. In the next 1-2 months, he will stabilize. Once he stabilizes, the man in Boa who is investing will get more money and say that this is a good business. He too will put his own in to make sure that his refinery is out by December. By December, he starts selling. After that, you have 4, 5, 6 people selling. Why are we not fighting with MTN and other networks? In all this, they are still providing us service and still making their profit and still advertising to us. This is the way forward, but I agree we're in pain.
All right, let's quickly take this call before we head on to other stories. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning,
Good morning,
you're
sir.
welcome to the press. Please tell us your name.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Sorry, if you cannot hear us, I think we may just have to let you go. You can just try again. All right, so there's this, like Chief Areo said, he touched on the food importation. You know, on the front page of the Punch, it says federal government suspends food import duty, partner states on farming. This call has been coming through, so let's just quickly take it before we head on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Good morning, sir.
Great, thank you. You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Yusuf from Gombe.
All right, Mr. Yusuf from Gombe, please join the conversation.
In fact, I've been hearing communication discussion, but unfortunately, what is happening in Nigeria is just beyond comment. And I assure you that, in fact, even I don't know what the Tinubu think about this. Whether he knows what is happening currently in this country or he doesn't know. But it's just unfortunate that time will come when they need the masses of Nigerians. The fingers that supported them in power is already been born. So I don't know which finger are we going to use to vote them again. That's my take on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for this contribution. You know, talking about, okay, let me just go to this topic and then we can, this food conversation, and then we can relate it. It says federal government suspend food import duty, partners states on farming, government launches 5 months free duty-free imports window for maize, rice, wheat, others. And then it says federal government will also partner with governors, military to cultivate arable lands and support smallholder farmers. Now, there's been pockets of protests everywhere. In fact, we find some of our influencers already carrying placards protesting. I think we saw the likes of Hank Anuku, one of those who made our childhood days, one of the actors who made our childhood days, carrying you know, placards stating there's hunger everywhere. We saw the particular man that sat on the masts protesting there's hunger everywhere. Subsidy must be reduced. I mean, subsidy must be, you know, reinstalled and all of that. Then this conversation comes, the president's coming to state that, okay, there'll be free import duty, there'll be no import duty and taxes and tariffs on some food items that will be imported. Do you think this is going to stem the tide to some extent? And the reason why I'm asking you is because I want you to include the Nigerian factor. Because there are some things that even do not need some of these importation tax duties and all of that, that you still find unusually high in the market. Because it may seem as though we deliberately do these things to ourselves. I think I went to the market over the weekend and I was complaining because I saw it glaringly. What you were not supposed to, what you're not even meant to sell at this rate, you decided that this is the rate I want to sell it and that is it. And I'm wondering, a different market has a different price. And just because you're close to me, for proximity's sake, you have, like, you're increasing the bill like ×2. So I'm asking why? When this place is this and this place is this, you know, the Nigerian factor, the fact that we do not even care about ourselves. Do you think that this can cushion the effect to some extent, especially looking at we Nigerians and how we tend to act sometimes?
If I've been on this show many times and I've said it here that this was the way for Nigeria and the Minister of Agri to go. I've said it on your show like 3-4 times. But what is painful is that it's taking 1 year for them to go on this path. There was no other path for them to go. There's no other option. You must, for now, open the border. You must bring in food. What I subscribed to was open the border completely. Just open the border for food to come in. But now they've done it the other way. They used 2 methods. Number one, they lifted the ban from central bank for 43 items. This same rice, maize, wheelbarrows, toothpicks. We don't, like I told you last time, we still don't have toothpicks. We still don't produce wheelbarrow anywhere in Nigeria. So they had to lift that ban. When they lifted that ban, I said it won't change anything until they change make it custom free, import duty free. And they have done that now. And I knew that they won't do it for long because you don't want to lose. So 150 days is good. It's a short-term solution while famine has now started. Long-term solution, we need to have insecurity solved. The farmers are being killed. Somebody cannot be farming for you and is dying. He lost his child, he lost his brother in that farm. These are the questions. Once you can't fix insecurity, you can't fix this problem. Once you can't fix this problem, you can't fix famine. Once you can't fix famine, sorry, we have a call.
No, it's okay.
Let's go.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Coming from Akwa State, Joshua. My name is Joshua from Akwa State.
All right. Please
Good
join
morning,
the conversation.
sir.
Please, we need you to turn down the volume of your TV set or step away from it completely.
Okay, I do so.
All right. Thank you. Please
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Please, I just want to explain a little bit the government of our president. We know that he is trying a lot. But concerning this border problem, that the releasing of the allowed food to come into Nigeria is very necessary. But what are the people who are going to direct those things to come in? Because when those things come in, they will divert to this to maybe other country. So we have to avoid the over.
Okay, so there's
Thank you
also
very
a
much.
concern of diversion of
Yes.
food.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Please, we need you to turn down the volume of your TV set or step away from it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos. My name is Ola.
All right, Mr.
Morning,
Ola, join
sir.
the conversation.
Yeah, I just want to, take it one after the other from the food aspect.
Okay.
You know, we have states in this country. Talk of, Benue State.
Okay.
We cannot take away farming from them. That's their natural instinct to farm.
Absolutely.
Talk of Taraba. Talk of states like that and other states that, that are farming oriented. The question is, why are they not going to farm? Because there are security challenges. They go to farm and they are being killed. So now, what are we supposed to do as a government? Take care of security. Okay, if we import food now, like you mentioned, like about 5 months, how long will that take us as a nation, and how will that be allocated that will get to the common man on the street? Like the in-house problem that we are supposed to solve, that Benue State, Taraba, these are the states and other states like that in Northwest that we know they are for they have natural instinct for farming, and when they go to farm, they are being killed, they are being challenged security-wise, and all these are the problem. And that is what government should solve. And how could it solve it? We know our military has been overstretched by bringing them to what police should have done. Give police the IGP, give him the marching order. They are not supposed to be confirmed automatically. This, I'm giving you 6 months. This is happening in so state.
All
What
right.
can you do? The moment you get it done in 6 months, it will also trickle down that directive
Yes.
to the commissioner, to the DPO, that in 6 months, if you don't do anything, I will remove you.
Of course.
Everybody they will all sit up.
All right.
And we have a solution to this wars abroad. When that is not put in place, there's no amount of food. You can import that will work.
Absolutely.
That's what Christian had before you are talking about the fuel crisis.
Okay, please,
The
we
fuel
need you
crisis
to round
are
up your thoughts
and
very
it's
quickly.
Because
All right.
we have failed to do the right thing at the right time. Until we start to push our effects abroad and be importing. I said it again and I'm saying it again. If we can take care of 65% of our fuel by refining here, you have seen that 65% of FS sending abroad is over. Then demand on FS will come down. Today you are having FS that will be 1,523
naira.
and it's something like that. So until these are attended to, nothing will work. Let's do the refinery, including the Dangote's one, and all things work together, they will not be having this problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
Thank you,
much
sir.
for your contribution. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
How are
morning. Great, thank you. You're welcome to the press. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Joseph. I'm calling from Abuja.
All right, please join the conversation, Mr. Joseph.
Okay. Thank you, engineer, for the work you've done so far.
Thank you.
You've made some very salient points, which I truly respect and I appreciate. There are too many issues in this country, and unfortunately, our problems are such that we have attained ground zero in every ramification. Is it education? Is it transport, security? Whichever one you want to pick at random, anyone.
Except for
we have
entertainment,
hit
maybe.
ground zero. So, my worry, I will concentrate on the fuel.
Okay.
I don't see how a nation can love itself so much and yet hate itself. Someone has painstakingly, what government has not been able to do for many years, someone has painstakingly brought, and this profiting is for everybody. It's not Dangote alone who will enjoy it. Everybody. So how can he have a refinery and he's still bringing in crude when we have crude just a walking distance away? This is wickedness. This is wickedness. We can't continue like this. Someone called earlier and said something that happened in Kenya might happen here. I even feel that we are long overdue for it. Long overdue. Because some of the people we have in governance have no business being there. They just come in and bamboozle us, talk and talk and talk. Action is near zero. We're not saying that these things are rocket science. Neither are we saying they are very easy. But we need to tackle some of these things. Fuel, for example, let's take fuel, for example. What is so hard in granting this man access? Okay, we're not going to give you 100%, but you are our own, we give you 60%. Let's the other, and we know some of the people who are sabotaging this nation. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we discuss these things, we treat it trivially as if it's not an issue, but it's very painful. Because these are things that some other nations are not, don't have enough of like we have, and yet are faring very well. Why would our own always be different?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I really am sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. It's so beautiful to always hear your opinions out there. Thank you so much. A lot has been said, and
yeah. So back to the minister. The Minister of Agric is working. You see, why agric is the hardest to fix. I have said here before, we have 4 cabals. We have the fuel cabal, the forex cabal, the security cabal, and the food cabal. You have not fixed insecurity. That's what the other man mentioned. We have not fixed our insecurity
that has to be the major
challenges in our farming areas. You see, there's something you must understand in a grand scale, that there is a global agenda to have large cities. You can check it up. There's a global agenda to have large cities. And they have predicted that by 2070, 90% of the world will be living in large cities, so that the rural areas will be for only farming and mining. And everybody will be living 15 minutes from the city center. So this global agenda is part of what is fueling lack of developments in these rural areas. It's part of what is fueling insecurity. How can you do that if there's no insecurity in all those places? How can you remove somebody whose village is on a mining site if there's no insecurity? So we, the people and the government, we are seeing effort by the government to fight this. We're seeing effort by the government to reverse this, to ensure that every community is functional. But they say, this fight is big. You say sometimes you hear this fight is coming in from France, it's coming in from Boko Haram, it's coming in from ISIS. There's a scheme to end rural life. And once this affects us, it affects our farming. Once you can't farm, you can't bring out vegetables overnight. The easiest thing you can produce is vegetables, and you can't bring it out overnight.
Absolutely.
So whatever intervention you are doing in agric, you must make a short-term intervention, which is what the president and the Minister of Agric is doing now. While we are farming, while this rainy season is going on and Niger State is farming on large hectares. This state has started. Baga is a local government in Borno that has not farmed for 13 years. They have started farming now. Why they have started farming now? We can't eat what they are farming now. So for that window, for that period of time, while this farming has started taking place, we need to get food. You can't microwave it and create it instantly. So then you go to the countries that have it. You are trying to bring it in, you have issue with importation, you off that ban. You have issue with taxes. Now this has been fixed. So remove every bottleneck, but they should have removed both bottlenecks. The government is doing well, but they are doing it very slowly. I've said this since January, I've said this since December. They are picking up on it in July. We are 6 months down the drain.
Absolutely. All right. If we want to sit here or dwell on this topic, we'll probably never move today. So let's talk about something else. Let's look at what's happening in River State.
Yes,
now, part of what Chief Areo raised is that we're sitting on a ticking time bomb if President Bola Tinubu does not wade into what's happening in River State. But one point he made, he said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should call Wike to order. In all of this, do you find that to be the salient point?
I find that to be the statement of people who, you know, when I was in primary school, they told us that an atom is the smallest substance. And then when we went to secondary school, we now heard that the atom is broken down into 3 parts. And when we went to university, we found out that there's so much happening inside the 3 parts. So I find that as somebody saying an atom is the smallest element. There's something.
So that's part of the story.
Yes, that's just the general.
Okay, the generic thing.
The generic that they call Wike to order. Wike has not been mentioned in River State for a while. You have 27 lawmakers.
But there are always the tag of.
Yes, I know. What I'm saying.
So some way there's
these
always
are very easy things. Okay. I am not happy with the way PDP is handling this matter. Okay. I'm not happy with the way SIM and the elders are handling it. PDP should have had leaders that can tackle this straight up. Right now we are calling the president for what a party could have handled within its board, because most of the people who should be handling these matters within the parties are also presidential hopefuls. So who is going to listen to you? There's no elder. An elder cannot be contesting. We need elders that we can bank on, that will say they have no political interest. Because till you have no interest, you cannot judge my case. There's a matter between Wike and Fubara. This needs to be addressed. How can a governor not be able to own and control his house till now? Face these issues, whatever are the issues, come together, drop your egos, resolve these matters. The reason why the president has to be careful, the only constitutional thing the president can do if Rivers goes hot is to declare a state of emergency. Go and read the constitution. And he has to be careful about that. He's the first to have called them, which is not even his responsibility, worked out a certain terms, and they abided by it for a while, and we had peace for a while. Till those terms were breached again and breached again by both sides. Now the president is, what he can do constitutionally is to declare a state of emergency in that state. That's what he can do. But when you do that, what do you get next? Your fuel production will dip. Because you have crisis in the creeks. Because Fubara is from the creeks. Since 1991, he's the first governor from the creeks. So if you remove him by a state of emergency, you're going to have more problems. So the president is trying back end to stage manage this. Stage manages gets, but we are also waiting for the court. You see, the court has gone a long way and is helping with some of these issues. I believe that the court will be able to clear up most of this issue in the next 2 months. Take it from me, the court will be able to clear up.
Do you think that it's something that the courts can actually resolve, knowing the people of River State? Like you also said, you said they do not fight to come another day, they fight to finish.
Yes, I know Rivers, they will fight like this. Oh.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the press. Please, you have just 60 seconds, sir.
Okay, no problem. That's because.
All right.
My name is Mazu Krapo from Araki.
All right, Mazu.
The suspension of those items which the federal government did, to me, those number of days they said, it's not
government should be talking about it. Let us have our own fertilizer and produce our own food locally. It will help us. And even all this importation of food they are bringing in, it's also killing the market here. And most of these goods we import, some of them have expired. They just push it to African countries, Nigeria, one of them, to come and after eating all these people that have it first. Government should look inward. Let empower the farmers, provide security, forest guard to enable farmers go and farm. That is the best option. Suspension of that is not necessary. Good morning, Mazuka from Mazu. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank
That
you so
was
much,
smart.
Mazi. And he added a sense of humor. So this made that people eat.
You see, so what can the government do? How many states will the government go and protect farmers? I like people being realistic to this thing. Sorry, what state do you want the government to go and?
No, they said they are partnering with military, to cultivate the arable land. So which means that maybe they'll have some sort of protection.
So the military is going to
military
farm?
for, right? They're going to be protecting the farmers that are actually
How many
farming.
farms can you protect? People, sometimes we think this thing is a... See, the government has to find this, has to use... The government's on the right path. I can't lie to you about this.
Or maybe we need to
They have
consider the use of technology.
to do what?
Farming.
I said we don't have toothpicks. After 8 years of banning,
Okay,
toothpicks
so let me
and
tell you-
wheelbarrows,
let me tell
we
you what
have
I
not produced
discovered.
any toothpick in Nigeria and wheelbarrow.
Let me tell you what I discovered recently.
Yes.
So I met a group of students who produced something they called a farm intruder alert system. All girls. It was a prototype, but it was beautiful.
A farm what?
good farm intruder alert system. It's a good invention. Something I feel like if the government had probably looked into, it would have been something to solve a bit of our problems.
Yes, but
These are innovation from Nigeria.
let me explain to you. The first time, there's also an allegation against the government. When the government went round in the last 8 years to know the farmers and the farmers' location, there's a new allegation and conspiracy theory on the government that the government used that to know all the locations of all the farmers and have gone around with terrorists to kill all the farmers. Your same app, this app will be called a means to go further to know all the farmers' names, houses, addresses, to kill all of them if any one of them dies.
Anyway, I'm not surprised because whenever anything new is coming into the country, there's always a conspiracy theory around it. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate
Time
you,
has
Engineer
gone
Toba,
already.
Owojaiye. Yes, our time is fast spent.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for
All right,
having me.
viewers, thank you so much for calling in on the show today. Your calls always bring colors to the show. Thank you so much. We'll be expecting you again tomorrow. I am Olamide Alhassan, and that's bye for now.